Hello and welcome. Rahul, if you're watching me on my Facebook page or my YouTube channel Atma Talk Show, and if you're watching me consistently, welcome back to my channel. I always come up with new ideas and try to inform you of latest development, whatever is happening in the real world, because I strongly feel that if you have a strong ardent for something and if you're updating yourself, aligning your perspective for the right kind of tools and technologies, that you should harness, that you should upskill yourself. If you will apply all these things, you will certainly get success. And for that, I just want to be an stimuli in your life. I would just try to restore positivity around. I used to talk something positive all the time so that you can be motivated. Motivation is the key. Many times when we are driven with self motivation, it works really well because perpetual motivation comes from within. Outside, when you listen to me, it can work for a few minutes or for a few days. If I can be a stimuli for that, and then you come on the track, and you get advanced in your life, then I will think that I have been catapult in your life. I have been conduit to make your life better, and that is why I'm here to guide you on your path. I have been working on myself from a long time, and I felt that it has been time to come in front of you and tell something positive all the time so that you can get motivation. And sometimes I talk about metaphysical activities, and metaphysical realm, spiritual realm. I talk about that, how to keep yourself uplifted all the time, because all the pillars of our lives that makes our reality, we have to understand it. Until unless we don't understand what are the causes, what are the pillars of life, and how it shapes our reality, then we won't be able to influence our life in a better way. So if we want to influence our life in a better way, we have to be spiritually driven as well. We have to be sometimes contemplate, introspect our own qualities, introspect, and sometimes meditate. Is there any kind of higher power residing within you or outside of you? Is there any kind of long forbidden path, which you need to walk upon in order to find better enlightenment? So all these things starts from introspection, starts from looking within, and that is what you have to do. You have to identify all these realities. I wouldn't say that all of you are really not aware of the qualities of a spiritual metaphor or whatever you talk about. You all are aware of that, but I just want to make that awareness, that knowledge into conviction, because whatever my experience has been until now, I would talk about that. I would talk with my experience, I will talk about reality, because there are a lot of illusion around, and you have to discard illusions in order to ascend forward. If you are not discarding illusions, it will engulf you. Many wrong theories, are prevailing in the market, and that is why it's stopping you from achieving the right quality of knowledge. And that is what I want. I want to foster the real growth. And once you'll understand exactly what enlightens you and what empowers you, you'll certainly be searching that kind of quality and quantity all around. That has been the only aspiration of all that. If we want to foster our reality, we have to search the real knowledge. And real knowledge, if you will talk about darkness or light, I would say that understand the system. We are in a mainframe system, and every person around you is just like a program. The world we live in, 3D physical world, it teaches us a lot how to live our life, because we have conditioned our world for monetary value. If you earn money, you can live your life in a better way. So it teaches you a lot about resilience, about self-dependency, about the real reality of the universe. And if we don't get lesson from here, how can we open our eyes in the spiritual realm? The physical world is itself teaching you a lot, teaching you to open the gateway of your inner wisdom as well. Because if you will understand exactly how the world works, you'll understand exactly how the God works within you. The only thing is that you have to realize what is reality. If the mainframe system won't be given instructions, from you, and if you are not working as a program, then how it can identify with you? You have to be awakened. And if you are not understanding the reality around, whatever religions the society has built, many a good things have been embedded in it, many a bad rituals and many a bad conception are also embedded in it. But what is the reality, that you have to know. Religions will only give you discipline in a different way, and that will also keep you away from the reality. The reality is when you introspect within what have been the laws of the universe, when you go through the experience in the 3D world, when you be aware. Even Gautam Buddha, Mahavir, everyone told, the real knowledge seekers, they told that God do not exist outside. Even God does not exist. Mahavir, Gautam Buddha has told about that. But you have to know exactly what is the truth. Even I will say that the whole reality is not that God does not exist. Reality is something different. You have to know yourself about the system if you want to recognize what is the real source code and what is God and how it reflects in front of you with your own consciousness, with your own wisdom, with your own inner light that is enlightening the knowledge around. If you will not work, if you will not earn, you will not be able to feed your own family, you will not be able to feed your own self, you will not be able to protect your well-being here in this 3D dimension, in the physical world. Then how can you protect yourself by the given laws and rules about God? You have to introspect, you have to see the reality. Then only you can survive there. And this is the reality in mainframe. You'll be judged every time, you'll be tested every time, until unless you don't get at par with the real program which can defy the system, which can escape the system. That is what you have to understand. I would not say that, that entities do not exist. Entities exist in every plane, in every realm. That is what you have to understand. How they influence you, how their weight sometimes becomes unbearable. So you have to call the mainframe, you have to give instructions, or whatever happens, if you want to call your own deity, your own God, he will not come unless you don't call him. It happens, That is what you think of, he is omnipotent. But no program, nothing is omnipotent in this mainframe system. The system itself is the only abundant source that can prevail upon it. That is what we have to understand. So if we want to identify the real God, we have to understand exactly every entities and their group, they want to take control of that. They want to influence with their power. That is the only reality. That is what the religions are doing here in this physical world. There are 4 or 5 religions, suppose major religions. They have made their own God to take control, to bring masses in their own fraternity. That is what they are doing from a long time, from millennials, from centuries, 3 or 4 centuries, or whatever, 15th century, whatever has happened, after 80 or before 80. That is what you have to understand. Every religion, they have made their own God. Why? To take power, to take control, to influence the masses. But the real knowledge is residing within you, and you should be guided. And that is why I want to guide you. I know exactly that everyone previously would try to reflect the real knowledge. They have been barred, or something happened with them tragically. They have been removed from the system, or they parted their ways. They made their life secret in order to confine themselves, to protect their own light. That is what happens. But the real knowledge should prevail. If you are in need, that is why I'm coming in front of you, to guide you. And I would ensure that you know exactly that it will not be online, these kind of videos, for a long period of time. Even it will be available, it will reach to only those persons who will be in need. Otherwise it will be discarded. Decisions will be discarded. You have to match your frequency in order to attract the right knowledge, in order to attract abundance that you are searching. So in this way the system functions. That is what you have to identify. Thank you for listening to me.